Greetings. My name is Jeffrey Guterman, and in this presentation I'll be talking about Freud's theory of problem formation or psychopathology and his theory of change in psychoanalysis. Now, and I might add that according to Freud, psychoanalysis pertained to his theory of problem formation or psychopathology and his theory of change rather than his technique, primarily free association, although in professional circles and popular circles today, many will use the term psychoanalysis to refer to his technique, and or interchangeably his theory and technique. But Freud used psychoanalysis to refer principally to his theory. Now, a starting point to understand his theory of problem formation might be in terms of psychic energy, and I suggest a simple way, and I take a simple approach in my coursework to all the theorists, and especially Freud, because it is very complex, and critics of Freud might call him bizarrely complex or unnecessarily complex. But in an effort to first understand the model, a starting point might be in terms of understanding the personality, the human personality, the psyche, in terms of having fixed psychic energy, and that would be in terms of the human being, the psyche is having being a mechanical system. So this might run counter to some conceptions of Freud's theory, but actually it was a objectivist, scientific, logical positivist theory, actually, epistemologically, and it's a fixed psychic energy system, and you might think of that metaphorically in terms of a pool, like a swimming pool. So if you were to push an object into the pool at any certain place, you would then expect the pool to move. Or if you had two objects in the pool and you were to push one object down into the pool, you would expect the other object to rise. So to understand how psychopathology arises, the problem forms in psychoanalysis, we would say then that when a person experiences unwanted material, distressing material, they push that material down. But because the psyche has fixed limited amounts of psychic energy, as if in a pool, then something must move, and what moves is a symptom, and that emerges. And this is where the layers of the personality come into play. What happens is the unwanted material is pushed to the unconscious, so it's not experienced consciously, and the symptom is then experienced in a conscious manner. The theory of change, which always corresponds, of course, to the theory of problem formation or psychopathology, logically would be to make the unconscious conscious and thereby free the necessity, or I should perhaps better say the reality or the manifestation of the symptom of occurring. Now, one way of perhaps understanding this, because what's very difficult to understand is the actual experience of this. Why? Because it is unconscious. The process itself of the pushing down is an unconscious mechanism. It's done through defense mechanisms, and this is one thing that one critique, a primary critique of the model, that the observation and measurement of the theory is anti-scientific. It's not quite empirical, observable. But one way to understand it, and it's an example I frequently give, is have you ever been sitting around and you feel in your gut a symptom of, say, anxiety or worry, and you just don't know why. You just can't put your finger on why. And you know, in most cases, we might say that the material that is contributing to the symptom of anxiety or worry is actually subconscious, meaning it's been pushed down but not deeply unconscious. It's just beyond immediate awareness. And most people, in fact, perhaps all people, in some degree, at some points in their lives, if they try to make themselves aware of what it is, what the material is, they can do so. And I, for example, in those instances, will sometimes say, Jeff, what is it that's bothering you? And then can zero in on it and deal with it. And really, that is the ultimate goal of psychoanalysis, and I might say all counseling and psychotherapy, to find out what the problem is and deal with it effectively. If we're really going to look at it in a very simple manner. But in psychoanalysis, the change process is to make the unconscious conscious and basically free that repressing function. Technique is primarily through free association. It was originated through the talking cure that Freud learned through Joseph Breuer, the hypnotist that Freud first studied under. And through free association, it is hoped that the client or patient can then bring to the surface material through the analyst's assistance that can be then assembled in such a way that uncovers the unconscious conflict, and through that insight and working through, and that's the part that is often not identified in the understanding of psychoanalysis, the necessary working through. It is hoped that the client can find more adaptive ways of dealing with reality rather than the chronic and dysfunctional methods, namely through defense mechanisms that he or she has chosen as a lifestyle. So that's it in a nutshell in terms of Freud, his theory of problem formation or psychopathology, theory of change, and technique. My name is Jeffrey Guterman, and I thank you very much.